Hello everybody, welcome back to ZonaCraft. I am Zona. This is episode 3 of our survival series, and in the background here we are working on a wither skeleton skull farm. A really easy, quick farm to set up, like most farms have been recently in our episodes. It's funny because back in the day I used to think of these farms that I'm building right now as some of the more complicated farms. Maybe just because I was younger or new to the game at that point. But these farms only take under an hour for the most part, and they produce a lot of resources. But once we finish up this farm, we'll go ahead and head back to our main base and see what we get from AFK. Alright, Wither Skull Farm is completely finished. We've done a couple AFK sessions, so we have about 9 rows of Wither Skulls. I've actually taken about a stack and a half and converted them into withers and got beacons out of them, so we have 5 beacons on every corner now. About 2 rows of blaze rods and about a shulker full of coal, so that's awesome. But today I think I want to tackle this hole down here a little bit more. So I've made a good amount of progress since last episode. We were still in the stone layers when we last saw this. And I've done almost a whole layer of doing the moss strategy. So I think I'm going to explore a few different strategies and figure out what's going to work out best. So let's get started on that. And as satisfying as this is, I don't think I'll be doing this again. It's just really annoying having to walk around and bone mill all of it. Like, you have to jump all over the trees and whatnot, or move around them or break them. It probably took me double the time to place all the moss than it is to break it. It probably took me 20 minutes to place all the moss down, but it probably only like 10 minutes to break all of it. And we definitely will not be hand mining all of this. This would probably take like literal days. And I guess that brings us to some form of TNT. So yeah, I showed you guys some clips last episode of what I was doing. So if it's not that, it would be a TNT duper. And I'm definitely not opposed to that. The only thing is, I do kind of want a clean border around it. I don't want to have to go up and light a whole bunch of stuff up to where I never have spawns here. With that being said, with how many mobs I'm getting right now, I do want to make a mob switch at some point. Just so I can turn off spawning completely. Because actually with this update, once you get to a certain layer, with the 3D biomes now, the mushroom biome doesn't always apply because it could be overridden by a lush cave or a what's the other one called, cavern, driftstone cavern, which do spawn mobs. So if I do, depending on how far I expand this down, that could come into play too. But I think unfortunately the way we're going to be doing it is just the TNT method of every 3x3 area is going to have a block of TNT, take it out. Now, I also was thinking, do I really want to go all the way down to bedrock? At a certain point, it probably becomes a little harder to see it, especially with how far down bedrock goes now. And also, I don't know if I'm going to have enough stuff to fill all of that room up. Okay, so if I did my math correctly, we should have about 90 blocks from this spot right here all the way down to bedrock. And if I'm skipping one layer in between each layer, so if I have 7 blocks of dead space in between every layer, that's going to give me about 5 or 6 layers to place my farms on. So these are the spots I would actually be walking on a path like this right here. So I just don't know if I'm going to have enough to fill. I'm sure there's plenty of farms to fill all up. I just don't know if I want to do that. I kind of just want to get the main farms here. So I was originally planning on having 3 different rows right here. So one would be right here, one would be right there, and then one would be right there, and then that would be it. So we might continue to do that. Just I do want to add something extra at the bottom now that I wasn't originally planning. I won't quite tell you that what it is yet, just in case I don't end up doing it. And really, long story short, I'm just talking myself into not having to dig this all the way down. And I think I'm listening. I think I'm gonna not have to do that. Hopefully. I suppose I'm gonna do some planning real quick, and I'll make that decision in a second, I guess. Much better. Oh boy. Sometimes when you're trying to record, that can be very annoying having to work around that. So having an on-off switch for that is gonna be awesome. But I've made my decision, and for right now, we're just gonna dig out to where we need to. So I'm gonna keep it 3 layers, and we will sleep. But I do have some plans to go a little deeper at some point. But for now, we'll just get to where we need to go to. But yeah, I'm gonna show a couple clips of me blowing some stuff up. So yeah. And I actually ran out of TNT, so I'm out here in the desert grabbing some sand. If you guys didn't know, this is probably the best way to collect sand, if you can do it right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Etho was kind of the first person, at least that I saw, that showed this in their channel. But yeah, anytime I'm grabbing sand, I'm always using TNT. And this is why I really love this method. In about maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, I have a shulker box and a half of sand. I only had to use 24 TNT. And we have completed. Our hole is down to where we need it. I do plan on taking it down to the bedrock at some point, just not today. But with that being said, I don't plan on seeing what's under it. So we can have our floor here at the bottom, and then under it will be hollow so we can place some of our bigger farms. So originally, when I first designed this base in my head, it was to be centered around a mob farm. So basically I would have my mob farm in the middle here, and basically no matter where I would be in my little base here, I would be loading it. And up until a couple days ago, that was still my plan, but now I think I'll just have it under the floor down there since we have so much more room now. And I think I have an idea for a cool floor design. Hopefully it works out. It might not, just because the circle might not be big enough for what I want to do. So hopefully we'll see that at some point. But yeah, that dig took forever, or really just blowing up TNT. It probably took over half a week, and we're only like not even 10 minutes into the episode, unless I've been talking for like 4 minutes. Well, I suppose since I'm talking about it, I should let you know what I'm thinking. So I was thinking about putting my logo in the bottom of the floor here. I think that would look pretty cool. And basically, I'm just not really sure which color to start off with yet. So if you take a look at my logo, it's kind of this reddish pinkish color. I would say it's more red than pink though. So these are kind of the 2 blocks that I think are closest to it, the red and the pink terracotta. So I've gone ahead and thrown a couple patches of the 2 colors down there, just so we can get an idea of what we'll be looking at. And I was dead set on this, the pink earlier, but now I'm pretty sure we should go with the red. Please let me know what you think between these 2, or if you think another block would be better. I was also thinking of just doing this mixed up pattern down there. I don't know how great that would look though. Hopefully we'll make enough progress in the next couple episodes to where we can make a decision on that and actually get that in there. But I think for now I'm going to go ahead and continue to bring our build down. So yeah, we should see a couple time lapses of that now. Alright, and this place is starting to come together pretty good now. I was able to get these rings in, as you saw. I think hopefully once we're able to get the bottom in, I think it'll look a lot cooler. And I brought all the water down, which I think it makes it look a lot cooler. Just because you're not seeing as much of that copper anymore. But to break things up just a little bit, I think we'll head to the nether and work on the gold nether tunnel. So yeah, once we're finished with that, I'll probably wrap up the episode. But let's head over there now. And we're back here in our base. Hopefully you like the design for that nether tunnel. It's a little weird. I tried to use the blocks you get from bartering, because the gold farm is also the bartering farm, and also the gold plates represent the gold farm. But it kind of gives me like a Star Wars vibe for some reason. Not really sure why. I guess maybe the black and white kind of remind me of like a stormtrooper or something. But I do have to wrap up the episode for today. Kind of a grindy episode, really just trying to get this base done. So we were able to get this dug out to where we need it to, and we were able to get the foundations for our farming layers in. But I wanted to say thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it and want to keep on watching the series. Also leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one.